If you think you're just using nicotine for a quick focus boost, you're playing a dangerous game with your brain chemistry. A research report published in NIDA proves that nicotine is intensely addictive because it structurally rewires your neural pathways. It forces your brain to grow billions of new empty chemical receptors. Over time, your body stops making its own baseline dopamine, meaning you literally begin to need vapes and pouches just to think straight and avoid an anxious withdrawal crash. You're no longer upgrading your performance, you're just feeding a dependency. Welcome to Fitness News and Reviews. This is the first in a series of videos I'm calling the pros and cons of trends in fitness. In this series, we're going to have discussions about trends in fitness that can either benefit or circumvent gains in fitness, health, and wellness. In this specific episode, we're going to be discussing the use of nicotine in fitness and sports. Just a quick rundown of pros and cons, and by the end of this video, you should be able to make an educated decision if it's for you and your goals or not. Without further delays, let's get into today's topic, nicotine. Tobaccoless nicotine, to be exact. I have seen the use of these nicotine pouches firsthand in my gym, mostly in the urinals, to be honest with you, and that got me thinking, is this as popular as it seems? Turns out it is indeed super popular. I started researching and found a ton of research and documentation about the use of tobaccoless nicotine in sports and fitness, going way back farther than I would have imagined. Here in this video, I plan on just sharing the pros and cons and linking the studies that support both sides. The links will be in the show notes below for your curiosity purposes and educational purposes. Drop me some comments in the comments below and let me know if you use nicotine for your sports. So pro number one, suppresses your appetite. Nicotine stimulates the central nervous system, which reduces hunger, making it popular during fat loss and bodybuilding cutting phases. A landmark study published in Science found that nicotine hijacks the central nervous system by turning on POMC neurons in the brain's hypothalamus, essentially tricking your body into feeling completely full even when you're in a steep caloric deficit. So moving on to con number one, it constricts your blood vessels. Nicotine is a vasoconstrictor, which reduces critical blood flow, oxygen, and nutrient delivery to working muscles. Your progress, keep using nicotine around your training. A study published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology proved that nicotine spikes muscular resistance by 96%. When your blood vessels constrict that aggressively, actual blood flow to your working muscles drops by 50%, literally starving your muscle fibers of the oxygen, pump, and nutrients they desperately need to grow and repair. Moving on to pro number two, it boosts metabolism. It temporarily accelerates your metabolic rate, which can slightly increase daily caloric burning. When it comes to fat loss, nicotine acts as a literal metabolic accelerator. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that isolated nicotine spikes your resting metabolic heart rate by 6%. Even crazier, a follow-up study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that when you pair nicotine and light exercise, that metabolic boost more than doubles, forcing your body to burn significantly more energy through the process called brown fat thermogenesis. Con number two, kills your muscle pumps. By restricting blood flow, it severely limits the nitric oxide production needed for muscular vasodilation and growth. If you're chasing a massive muscle pump, nicotine is actively working against you. A study indexed by the New England Institute of Health showed that nicotine paralyzes your eNOS enzymes, the exact cellular engine that produces nitric oxide. Without nitric oxide, your blood vessels can't dilate properly under tension. You are literally stripping your muscles of the legendary pumps and critical nutrients needed to jumpstart actual hypertrophy. Moving on to pro number three, it increases adrenaline. The drug triggers a release of epinephrine, temporarily boosting heart rate, alertness, and initial power output. If you look at the cognitive side, nicotine is heavily utilized by athletes for a reason. A clinical trial published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found that acute nicotine intake directly improved motor reaction times, fine motor control, and cognitive focus during live athletic performance testing. It essentially supercharges how fast your brain communicates with your muscles. Moving on to con number 3, it impairs muscle recovery, reduces nutrient delivery, slowed down protein synthesis, and delays the repair of micro tears after training. Nicotine doesn't just block physical recovery, it actively sabotages your hormones. A comprehensive review published in Endocrine Reviews found that nicotine fiercely triggers your HPA axis, forcing a severe spike in cortisol, the ultimate stress hormone. Because this keeps your cortisol levels artificially high when they should be low, it completely fractures your sleep patterns. You are trapped in poor sleep quality and excess cortisol, which creates a highly catabolic environment that actively breaks down lean muscle tissue and crushes your natural testosterone production. Moving on to pro number 4, it enhances focus. It improves short-term cognitive function, reaction time, and mental clarity during intense training. Nicotine's reputation as a cognitive enhancer isn't just bro science. It's a massive meta-analysis of 41 controlled studies published in Psychopharmacology confirmed that nicotine directly improves baseline alerting attention, reaction times, and short-term working memory. Even more interesting, it boosts focus in completely healthy non-users, proving it acts as a true stimulant to the brain, not just a temporary fix for withdrawal cravings. Moving on to con number 4, it elevates your resting heart rate. It places chronic stress on the cardiovascular system, reducing your overall cardiovascular endurance and stamina. If you think nicotine is giving you an edge, your heart is paying the price. A clinical trial published in the Journal of American College Health proved that nicotine use traps your body in an elevated resting heart rate. Even worse, during intense training, it destroys your heart rate reserve, meaning your heart fails to reach its maximum peak potential. You are essentially capping your cardio capacity and running out of gas way faster than you normally would. Raises pain tolerance. It can alter sensory perception, potentially helping athletes push through the initial burn of high-intensity fatigue. Moving on to pro number 5, it raises your pain tolerance. It can alter sensory perception, potentially helping athletes push through the initial burn of high-intensity fatigue. Nicotine doesn't just change your focus, it literally rewires your perception of pain. A massive meta-analysis published in the Annals of Behavioral Medicine proved that acute nicotine intake directly increases both your pain threshold and overall pain tolerance. It binds to acetylcholine receptors throughout the nervous system, acting like minor shield that blocks your initial pain signals from reaching your brain, which is exactly why some athletes use it to push past extreme muscle burn during intense training. Con number 5, it spikes cortisol levels. Nicotine elevates stress hormones, which can disrupt sleep patterns and place the body in a muscle-wasting catabolic state. Think your vape or pouch is harmless? It's literally a muscle killer. A landmark study in Endocrine Review revealed that nicotine spikes cortisol, the body's ultimate stress hormone. This doesn't just destroy your sleep quality, which is when your muscles actually grow. It forces your body into a catabolic state. That means instead of building new muscle, your body is actively breaking down existing lean tissue and crushing your natural testosterone levels. If you are training hard but using nicotine, you're basically spinning your wheels. We have a 6th con. It is extremely highly addictive. The rapid dopamine release creates severe chemical dependency, leading to withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, irritability, and when you're not using it. If you think you're just using nicotine for a quick focus boost, you're playing a dangerous game with your brain chemistry. A research report published in NIDA proves that nicotine is intensely addictive because it structurally rewires your neural pathways. It forces your brain to grow billions of new, empty chemical receptors. Over time, your body stops making its own baseline dopamine, meaning you literally begin to need vapes and pouches just to think straight and avoid an anxious withdrawal crash. You're no longer upgrading your performance, you're just feeding a dependency. So there you go, folks. A quick rundown of the pros and cons of tobacco-less nicotine in fitness and sports. Again, the links to the studies are in the show notes. Drop me some comments in the comments below and let me know if you're a nicotine user in your sport or your fitness regimen or anything like that. Let us know how it does for you. I'd like to start a discussion in the comments about this topic. I found it fascinating. If you found this information informative and would like to support the channel, it's as easy as a like and subscribe and comment in the comment section. Thank you again for watching, everybody. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.